Have you ever heard of an entire fleet vanishing into the Pacific Ocean, leaving behind only cryptic clues and haunting silence? What happened to the legendary French explorer Jean-François de Gallo, Comte de la Pérouse, and his two ships after they left Australia in 1788? Why did one of the most advanced expeditions of its time vanish without a trace for over 40 years? Welcome to Echoes of Time, where history's greatest mysteries are brought back to life. Today we unravel the enigma of the vanishing of French explorer La Pérouse. In the late 18th century, the world was in the grip of exploration fever. Nations raced to chart unknown lands, seeking glory, knowledge, and imperial advantage. Among the explorers, few were as well equipped or celebrated as La Pérouse. Handpicked by King Louis XVI himself, La Pérouse's mission was France's answer to Captain James Cook's legendary voyages. With two sturdy ships, the Boussole and the Astrolabe, and a crew of 220 men, including scientists, artists, and skilled sailors, La Pérouse set out in 1785. His goal, to circumnavigate the globe, gather scientific data, and strengthen French presence in the Pacific. For 3 years, La Pérouse sent regular reports back to France. He charted the coasts of South America, Easter Island, Alaska, California, and the Asian coastline. His journals described encounters with indigenous peoples, detailed observations of flora and fauna, and intricate maps that would later guide others. In early 1788, La Pérouse's expedition reached Botany Bay, just as the first fleet of British convicts was establishing a colony in what is now Australia. This was the last confirmed sighting of the expedition. After a cordial interaction with the British, La Pérouse set sail, and vanished into the vast blue void of the Pacific. Months passed, then years, and eventually decades. France waited. The king, who had once taken personal interest in the mission, was overthrown and executed during the French Revolution. Still, the question remained: what happened to La Pérouse? In 1791, the French government sent a search party led by Rear Admiral Bruni d'Entrecasteaux. He scoured the islands of the Pacific, interviewing islanders, following rumors, and desperately seeking any trace of the missing expedition. But, no conclusive evidence surfaced. Some locals on the island of Tikopia spoke of white men who had shipwrecked long ago. Others claimed to have seen European artifacts, yet nothing could be confirmed. The mystery grew colder with each passing year. Then, in 1826, almost 40 years after La Pérouse disappeared, an Irish sea captain named Peter Dillon landed on the island of Vanikoro in the Solomon Islands. There he noticed European swords, china, and silver utensils in the possession of the islanders. His curiosity piqued, Dillon dug deeper. Through interpreters, he learned of two large ships that had wrecked on the island during a violent storm many years earlier. One ship, the islanders said, crashed against the reef and sank immediately. The other limped to shore, and the survivors built a small fort, but, their time was short. Eventually, a conflict erupted between the crew and the local tribes. Many were killed. The remaining survivors, according to the islanders, built a small boat from the wreckage and sailed away, never to be seen again. Could this be the fate of La Pérouse? When Dillon returned to France with relics and testimonies, scholars confirmed they belonged to the Boussole and Astrolabe. The mystery was partially solved, but, crucial questions still lingered. Who were the men that survived? Did they reach safety? Were there any journals or logs that could complete the missing story? Later expeditions found more wreckage, anchors, cannonballs, and bones, but honestly, no written record survived. No diary, no final message, just rusted relics and whispers from the past. Some theorists believe the survivors made it to another island. Others suggest the final boat was lost at sea. A few propose even more dramatic ideas, that survivors might have been assimilated into island communities or even perished in unknown places, leaving no trace. And yet, the La Pérouse mystery still fascinates. Why? Perhaps it's the eerie silence of such a grand expedition disappearing. Perhaps it's the romantic image of explorers lost in time, their stories swallowed by the ocean. Or maybe it's because it reminds us that, even with maps and stars to guide us, nature still holds secrets that no compass can unveil. La Pérouse was more than just an explorer. He was a symbol of Enlightenment curiosity, a man of science, diplomacy, and vision. His mission wasn't just to conquer territory, but to understand the world. And perhaps that's what makes his disappearance all the more tragic and, poetic. His name is carved on monuments, his charts helped future navigators, his fate inspired writers like Jules Verne, who referenced him in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Even today, the French Navy honors him with vessels named in his memory. And yet the sea, silent and vast, keeps his final chapter hidden. So we ask again, what really happened to La Pérouse and his men after they vanished into the Pacific? Maybe one day, a diver will find a waterproof chest of documents buried in the reef. Maybe a descendant of an islander will tell a story passed down through generations. Or maybe, the mystery is meant to remain, forever echoing through time. This has been Echoes of Time. If this story gripped your imagination, subscribe for more haunting journeys into the forgotten corners of history. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.